Hello and welcome to the channel. So, you just found 150 grand down the back of the sofa, and you're not sure what to do with it. It's a problem I have all the time. So, why don't you buy a new car? A new EV? And so, obviously, for that much money, you'll buy a Tesla, right? Right? Well, maybe not so fast. Time was, if you wanted to buy a fast, long-range luxury EV, you went straight to Tesla.com. Clicked on Model S, went for the fastest one and gave them a lot of money. But these days, you've got something else to think about. We are diving into the new kid on the block. This is the Lucid Air. And we're seeing how it stacks up against the Model S Plaid in today's Clash of the Titans. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Martin Lee. If you like what we do here, hit subscribe and the bell icon. You know why. In terms of design, both cars are striking. You won't mistake them on the roads. Although, Tesla has a form that we've been familiar with for a decade now. And the refreshes that it's had over that time, apart from the initial refresh at the front end, I think you'd have to be a real Tesla fan to spot the differences otherwise. The Lucid, however, is new. It's fresh. It's like nothing we've seen on the roads before. So, where's the points going to go for this one? Do you score familiarity, tried and trusted, or do you give the points to the newcomer for looking different? On the outside, both have that big sedan appearance. The Tesla a bit cleaner because of its use of materials and body colours, whereas the Lucid trims the roofline and pillars. There's also a noticeable difference in their lights. The clusters on the Teslas are tight and compact, always have been, always look great by the way, whereas Lucid features the increasingly common light bar across the back of the vehicle. And they also have what they call their micro lens array headlights. It's the interior though where these two really depart in terms of styling. Tesla maintains the minimalist look, what they've become famous for, disregarding the prehistoric notion of, you know, a button. They have got two screens though, and the second one behind the yoke is now more visible because they've chopped off the top of the steering wheel. And of course that big screen, which has now been rotated, so it's a landscape. The Lucid departs from traditional interior design as well, but not to the extent of Tesla. A 34-inch display wrapping around the driver, in addition to what they call the retractable central pilot panel to control features of the car. Both of the cars will require you to get into the menus to do what otherwise a button would do. But perhaps the biggest difference is the steering wheel, or the yoke in Tesla's case. This has come in for a lot of criticism. Many early purchasers of the Plaid said they loved it. Some people weren't so sure. And early reviews, some of them hated the yoke. But take the famous YouTuber like Marques Brownlee. He bought one for himself, has done many thousands of miles, and now he's a convert. Posting recently, he actually prefers the yoke, and they want him round. So, circular wheel or a yoke? Who wins that battle? In terms of cost, not too much between these two. Well, technically, there's probably a whole car between these two. It's about $20,000 or $30,000. The Lucid Air Dream Edition will set you back $170k. All in, bells, whistles, the lot. Tesla can be got cheaper, depending on taxes and how you spec the car. Pocket change though for people who can afford this type of car, maybe 20 grand difference. But does it matter when you're in the stratosphere of EVs? Of course, you'll be able to buy these in other versions and they all get cheaper. But we're dreaming today. Let's talk performance of these two. Now, we're getting into the juicy stuff. Motors, performance. After that, these two will square off. In the real battleground, we're talking range. But let's talk about what powers these two vehicles first of all. Both come in at over 1,000 horsepower. The Lucid can be had for all the ones, 1,111 horsepower. So, for outright grunt, this one is a points win for Lucid. But that doesn't tell the whole story. Top speed in the Tesla, if you add the right tyres, and I gather there's a software update they're still writing which needs to be pushed out to enable that, will go to 200 miles per hour. Blisteringly fast. The Lucid, a positively pedestrian 168 miles an hour in comparison. But unless you're living in Germany with unrestricted autobahns, it doesn't really matter. Are these track day cars? Probably not for almost everybody that buys them. Top speed honours though, That one goes to Fremont. And how fast can they get there? Acceleration in both of them is described as brutal. It's almost academic figuring this one out. Tesla has the edge though. Lucid will do 0 to 60 miles an hour, that's just under 100 kilometers an hour, in 2.5 seconds. It's hypercar quick, but Tesla, pip it, coming in at a smidge over 2 seconds. Now, they do quote 1.99 seconds. It's very controversial if you include a rollout of the first little bit of distance. If you get some sticky surface, yeah, you can do that. But hey, it's bragging rights after all. This isn't about real road performance. This is about hypercars and who can do it the quickest. And yes, Rimacs fans can leave a comment if you dispute the particular title of Tesla being the world's fastest production car. So apart from playing a game of top trumps with your friends and bragging after a trip down your local drag strip, there's nothing between these two in terms of performance, but we'll score it for a Tesla win. After all that effort of drag racing, you're going to need to charge these cars. The Tesla will get onto a V3 supercharger and take around 250 kilowatts peak rates. On the other hand, Lucid can take 300 kilowatts. But we don't know what the charge curve is going to be like. Is that going to be a quick peak, or can it hold on to those speeds for a long time? We need to test it and find out. The issue is that there are so few chargers around that can add that kind of speed. With Tesla, you're more likely to run into a V3 supercharger. And of course, Tesla can only use those, at least for now. On AC, the Lucid will take 19 kilowatts. Fantastic. The Plaid, only 16. But the Lucid also has vehicle to anything else, like a home or grid. It means that it has bi-directional abilities. It's a feature we're seeing more and more on EVs, and I love it. You can power your house from your car, but how much power can you pull from the Lucid? If that info is out there, heck, I couldn't find it for looking. Lucid have their own AC charger for your garage wall, taking care of that bi-directional power stuff. Elon Musk saying at Battery Day, Tesla don't believe in the benefits of using your car as storage, but that might just be because they'll happily sell you a home storage product called the Powerwall. So maybe that's why they said that. In my eyes, this one is a Lucid win. So what are the size of the batteries then? Well, as we said before now, Tesla don't give out their battery sizes. It's around 100 kilowatt hours for the Plaid version. Lucid has 20% more, 113 kilowatt hours usable. But bigger batteries don't always mean bigger ranges. There are variances in efficiencies and aerodynamics. The battleground, I think, going forward with EVs over the next few years is going to be on efficiency. But in this case, Lucid wears the crown. Although the Plaid has a huge range of 396 miles on the EPA, which is huge, Lucid now have their confirmed number, 520 miles. And that's why they're making 520 of the first Dream Editions rolling off the factory line around the time I'm recording this. So on both range and efficiency, Lucid strikes a knockout punch. So what really separates these two cars? And why would you buy one over the other? It's all down to personal preference. The tech specs are so similar for both of them. If you love that minimalistic interior of the Tesla, you're going to buy that one. And I will argue all night long, Tesla has the best in the business in terms of software, but I've never tried the Lucid. But Tesla, I think, win that one. Bragging rights, 0 to 60, that's going to go to Tesla as well. For others, it's the supercharger network. They'll say that Lucid can't compete by using the third-party networks. Lucid may come with free charging on Electrify America, but the sheer presence and ease of use with superchargers means some people think Tesla has such an advantage. And I have to agree, in terms of the ease of just turning up, plugging in and walking away, Tesla is a dream experience. And for some people, they might love Tesla, but not Mr. Musk himself. He's a divisive figure with raving fans and ardent enemies. Let's not forget as well, Tesla, been around for a long time now. They're not the plucky young startup new kid. If you want something new, fresh, that hasn't been seen, where you're spending this much money not just to look like a car that's been on the market for 10 years, well, buy the Lucid. Hey, in this particular duel, I think it's too close to call. But now, I want to hear from you. Leave your verdict in the comments below. What would you go for? Maybe neither. Float your boat. Maybe you're going to say, hey, Mercedes-Benz EQS, please, real luxury. Hey, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like what we do, hit the thumbs up icon so we know you liked it, and we'll make more just like this. And we'll see you on the next one.